Hi, this is Book Chat with You. I'm Matt Hernandez, and in almost every episode, I'm lately covering a short story. And in covering a short story, I want to create a conversation with you about almost each and every single text story I look at. I think that's vital for us as people to chat about stories. Well, that's been 21 seconds, so to go on, I want to respond to this concept about uh, read what you own and read what you own compared to what. So if I could imagine, compared to what? Compared to just some kind of consumerism. We go to the store, and I really don't know what some of these stores kind of look like so much in the US. US culture pretty much confuses me by like a lot right now. But I mean, I have gone to Target within like the last year, I think. More for board games for work. but, um, but it's a silly concept, right? So what's happening then? There are people that make book content, and they get a whole stack of books like this high, right? Even higher, and then they just slam them down on a table. Which, if you drop these enough, it might actually just break some tables, right? If you drop like 50 pounds of books, you just drop it as hard as you can, smashes right through, and it's like compared to what? So we want to encourage people to what? To read what they own, but are we encouraging these things to be approachable for all? Are we making an environment inclusive enough? And yeah, that word inclusive comes pretty loaded, but in the sense of what I mean now, that other people may want to read. And in a sense, if you make any kind of book content, you are probably a better reader than me. I need to improve my own reading ability and whatnot, but in a sense, that's a beautiful thing in a sense because I need to check my own what is it confidence ego, and I need to make sure that I am trying to relate with whoever might try to read too. There's a constant pleading that I do, and to find whatever balance it's supposed to be, because I don't think flat out begging on my knees might help, but I mean that we should be trying to engage with each other in these discussions. And I don't believe we do that if we have to then tell somebody, read what you own, because there's an implicit understanding that what's happening is the opposite. But in that implicit understanding, are people like going and buying books? Is it like some people like coffee, some people like heroin, and some people like books? The purchasing of books. And I mean, I'm from Las Vegas. I mean, we have casinos on every other block. I mean, there are some schools in casinos. No, not yet. But is it like some people like you go to the grocery store, and then you go to Target, Walmart, you buy a book, but then you leave it in your car. In car culture, still I cannot believe car culture back home. Everyone's life just revolves around where is your car, and then you get in your car, and then you drive to Barnes and Nobles, and you try to park as close as you can. Then you get back into your car just to drive all the way down the shopping center to go to another shop. You get out, and then you get what you're gonna get, and then you get back in your car. But it's like, well, why didn't you just walk it? And it's like, are some people just acquiring books, and then they go to the library to read there? We could be trying to encourage a culture you don't have to say read what you own, but we can model. And what are we doing? I mean, it might be a bit embarrassing. This author might be great. I've not read the series, and a part of this is that he might be one of the greatest authors ever lived. But a while ago, about 2 months ago, and as I tried to make this content, nobody would buy the book on WeChat. Would buy this guy's whole series, and he kept saying it's one of the greatest series ever. I've not read this. I've not read this. Oh, I'm doing it. I'm somebody holding up a book I did not read, which might be a great book, but now I'm showing it to you, and which in doing so, it becomes what? A kind of promotion of a book to then buy a book to leave it on one shelf that never gets read. Because what had happened was that my mother and brother-in-law came to town, and a little bit before they did, I'm thinking, hey, I'm trying to make this kind of content, but then I realized, hey, why not I switch to short stories? Now, what's going to happen to this series? I'm going to move back to the US, and this might what? Remain here. Now, I've been going through slowly Carol Shields' collected stories, right? This series right here. And as I slowly make my way through this series, very slowly, very gradually, if each video is one story, one video, if I get a 10-page story, make a 10-page video, I'm clearly engaging in the text. We should do that. We should engage the audience to do that. We should encourage that for the sake of community, for the sake of understanding, for the sake of so many things. If that is simply one's pastime, like, you just beat a video game, like, you just watch a movie, if I got all these 007 movies other than maybe the last one, okay, I just make it through it, and I just get through it, not that I always can, because, I have young children, and I don't know if they can always watch every bit of that, but, then I'll probably record a video soon on John Updike's A&P, because I figure, hey, why not? And then read it off this. But look at this. This isn't on paper. Is this a sin? Is this blasphemy? Because God knows I cannot take all these books back home. And if I take some home and it costs more money to ship back home, it will be a sore, contentious area with some of my relatives, both blood and in-laws. And what do I tell them? I need these books to put behind me, because if I don't have these books behind me, then how do I show people that I'm serious about this material? Because, it's all so performative, right? I'm here in the living room recording like this with a microphone, this tripod, my phone, and a light shining in my eyes, which probably makes my eyes all dilated, because my mother-in-law had said several times, oh, Matthew gone to sleep at about midnight. And though she might not always be one to give a hint, I think she was maybe giving a hint. And even if not, I'll take a hint. And some of this stuff might be quite performative, and let's just encourage engaging in a text. Let's encourage that. Let's ask each other, what do you think of this text? What do you think of the characters? What would you have done? What were some of the symbols and metaphors in here? And all these other perhaps arbitrary English terms, English literature terms, which I would need a refresh on some of them myself, even though I'm an ESL teacher and I have to read Harry Potter several times a week. But nevertheless, just to provide that context together. And I hope that we can try to encourage each other with that. But for whatever this read what you own thing is, well, if you read, you read. You find something else to do, you find something else to do. That is your choice and your prerogative. We must respect that. Because in a sense, if I would want to make a thing out of books, then I would have to read way above the average. But if I could have my way in life, I would just read like above average, not like way above the average. Because come on. I have a Wii U, and it's a fun thing. I have a PS3, and these things are cool too, You're going to spread your time amongst various other things, And though some things in life might be fairly performative, reasonably performative, maybe not everything needs to be, I do not always need to pretend or to read in a public space to be seen reading like that. Surely people are on their phones way too damn much, but maybe sometimes it's okay to be on one's phone as well, looking up memes and stuff. So, well, see you later and have a wonderful day. Bye.